Hi, I'm Christina Crawford with XtinaStamps.com, and today's POW is a really fun card using the ombre effect. And what's ombre? Ombre is when you take the same color and you just fade it out one way or another, from lightest to darkest or from darkest to lightest. So I love scarves. Scarves are fun. I'm very inspired by what I see people wear and what I see in fabric, and it really helps inspire me with my Stampin' Up! Projects. And the ombre effect is really fun and easy on cards. So my favorite card is a very simple card that looks very elegant, because sometimes we are busy and we need to get our cards done, and I can make a lot of really simple cards in a short amount of time. And although I can do really beautiful exotic cards and emboss them and color them in, I'm going to show you a really fun card that only takes a moment to do using the ombre effect. So here's the scarf that inspired me. It is a fun scarf. You can see it starts out kind of gray and it gets a little bit darker and darker and very much dark at the end. And so that inspired me to think about how to do that effect on a really pretty card. So today's POW, Project of the Week, is this card right here. A Hooray for You card using the geometrical set and the work of art stamp set. And I went ahead and I also created a lined envelope complementing it with the Lost Lagoon cardstock and color that is just on trend, and you'll start seeing that everywhere. It's fun to do. However, think about the colors that you can do with this. It's limitless. You can take your rich razzleberry, you can take your night of navy, you can take your real red, and you can create this similar card with your favorite colors. So are you ready? Let's get started. Let's get started. What I've done is used Lost Lagoon cardstock. So again, you have an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. You cut it in half and fold that in half with a bone folder to get a nice crease on the side, and you've got your base for the card. I have a piece of Pool Party cardstock. It is 1/4 of an inch smaller. It is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and I'll be taping that right onto that card. And next, what I'll be stamping on is a smaller piece of the Whisper White cardstock. It is 3 3/4 by 5. So to get that very fun ombre effect, we want to shadow out a color. And using the Lost Lagoon ink pad, I'll be using a stamp from the work of art. Here is the stamp set. It's one of my favorites. I just used this in the chevron video. So you're really getting 2 Project of the Week POW projects in one, because I think that these two look beautiful together. And if you do decide to get this stamp set, you're going to have a few ideas with it off the bat. So using that big swoosh, the arch swoosh today, I'll show you how to get that really fun ombre. So ink up the stamp fully, and we're stamping at the top once, twice. I'm moving it a little bit over to the right, and a 3rd time. And you can see just how that ombre is right out. That is the same color ink pad. And oftentimes people ask me like, oh, I need 3 ink pads to do that really cool look. And no, you just need 1. Just go ahead and ink it up and stamp, stamp, stamp without re-inking. And even if you did it one more time, you'd get another shadow effect. It's just really so much fun and very much on trend. So next I'm going to use the Hooray for Today. This comes from the geometrical stamp set. This again I used with that work of art as well when I did the chevron card. So now I'm using Hooray for Today. And I do like the Memento black ink pad. We use that with the blendabilities, and it's just such a rich, nice black ink pad. So even though we're not using the blendabilities, I'm choosing to use that as my black ink pad of choice. I'm going to ink that up and stamp it right there on the card. And there it is, Hooray for Today. And next I'm flipping that over. And then flip that over and put that right on top of the Pool Party. And it just needs a little bit of sparkle on that. So next I'll take those jewel rhinestones You could use tweezers if you have them. You could use your scissors. I like to just push it down and just kind of pick it up this way and slide it right off onto my project. Because they want to jump all over the place. So much easier to do it this way. You can pretty much get them where you want them before they get nice and ready to get set with that tape. I would probably put a couple of rhinestones in there. I don't want them to look like eyeballs though. I'll use one more big one. So many choices on size. We'll put one more right down here. It's really kind of a sweet card there. I like that. So this is the finished project. Let me show you a couple other ideas. Very similar. It's kind of like the sisters of this card. And I did this card very similar with thank you. And I used the basic gray instead of the black. And I also was very inspired by a card my friend Roberta made me. You could see the same ombre effect with the rich razzleberries. She used the heart that also comes in the Work of Art stamp set, and she used some of the sequins inside here just to give it a little bit of sparkle. I chose to give it a little bit of the rhinestones. And there you have it. That is the POW of the day.